Hi everybody, here is part 6 of the side panel respray for my Interceptor. These are the panels that came from India, as I did a little video clip about. Now I brought the bike into the garden so in natural light so I can compare the panels to the actual bike, and this is an update. They're not finished yet, but it's nearly there. So if you want to just walk with me this way, you're getting a very good view of my garden. Okay, sorry for the boring bit, but I can't edit videos as I've said before. Right, I've applied the Decals. Ta-da! What do you reckon? Originally, I was going to leave these panels, as I said in part 5 of this video series, I was going to leave them 2 days, but I noticed this morning there's absolutely no smell of paint whatsoever, no solvent smell at all, and that's the key, according to the wise people at Humberside Paints. You know, just get your nose near it without touching it in case you leave an oily sort of bit on the paintwork. You just basically sniff round them, and they were totally utterly dry. I mean, as I said last night, I left 15 to 20 minutes between coats, and these are the Decals. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, the standard Enfield Decals are black at the back, so this area would be black on them because they're going onto black ABS plastic. This Decal manufacturer, which I'll put a link to in the description, as I've referred to before, has deliberately made them clear so they can go on top, you see, of another paint. Otherwise it would just be a black band and probably look a mess. So these are produced deliberately for colour changes. They're every bit as accurate as the originals. They're as thin as the originals. When you look at the side panels, original ones, you'll see that the Decals protrude under the lacquer. So these are applied very, very easily by putting a very weak washing up liquid solution all over the panel, and then that stops the grab of the glue on the back of this, and you simply put the Decal on. Having pulled the backing sheet off, you put the Decal on and it will move. You can move it around and get it right. It's kind of tricky, I found, to get the thing level and how you like it. You know, it is a bit tricky because you've got these angles here and funny angles. It's very difficult to tell. So in the end I went along the top. I used the top as a guide here. I used that edge, and I followed the original side panels manufacturers, you know, ones in terms of the height of it. And once you slide it around on the washing up liquid solution, you then use a credit card, about the best use of a credit card I can think of these days, and you basically squeegee the water out, and it's got paper on the back, so you get it lined up where you want it. Use your credit card, maybe a cloth to press it a bit, and then you soak the backing paper. Just leave it 10-15 minutes till it's really drenched, and then just gently pull it. And these Decals stayed down. They didn't try to come up. They didn't, you know, they just couldn't believe it. They're really, really easy to do if you take your time. So I just pulled the backing sheet, all drenched, and just gently pulled it. You don't want to be pulling it upwards when you do it. You pull it as low down as you can, and then the seller of the Decal said you could use a credit card to, you know, squeegee the water out. I didn't actually. I just used a Water Wizard cloth, which soaks up the water while you're at it, and took it all out, a bit of gentle pressing. So that is the appearance now. They haven't been lacquered yet. Now the Decal people assured me you can lacquer on top. I know the lacquer will go on the paint because I did it on the watering can, as I mentioned last night. So this should be okay, hopefully. I'm going to really leave these to dry now because there may be some water under the Decal, although I've been pressing them and what have you. So I'll give it a good time before I put the lacquer on. So there you have it. That is the 2 panels with the paint, which is as good a match as I can get, and those lovely Decals, look. So watch out for part 7. and that's the point where I'm going to lacquer both panels, and I will post an update later on. In the meantime, do put any comments, and it's nice to see that I've gone from 4 subscribers to 21. Hey. But that's not what it's about for me. It's just passing on ideas, and I've got several in the pipeline, some real good ones. So watch this space. In the meantime, ride safe.